Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So, not gonna lie, I have not been working in the sketchbook for what feels like 2-ish weeks, which kind of feels bad. I haven't touched it since I've worked on the little Misha spreads, which I did like the little sketches of. But today, let's go ahead and do a kind of water-based marker spread instead. So, there's a new spread we can work on. And in terms of who I'm going to be drawing, recently, literally the day, like yesterday, I guess, March 7th from Honkai Star Rail has a new outfit, and she's like a dual-wielding sword user right now, so I kind of want to draw that potentially, because I think her outfit looks super cute. I actually kind of like her hairstyle. It just looks super cute with the little kind of, I don't know, they're almost like ears, buns on her head. So let's go ahead with sketching first. I am going to be using probably the Pilot Color Eno for the base of the sketch. And then we can go ahead and use some water-based markers. And I am still debating. I might use the Energel Klena to do the lines, or I might choose a darker water-based marker to do the line work. We'll see. Her color scheme is a little bit... Let me see if I can show you guys. I'll put it on the screen while I'm describing it, probably. So her hair and a lot of her outfit still has a lot of like a gradation of light to dark pink-ish colors. She still has blue present, but she has a lot more like red and black. So I don't know. We probably have to go through and pick some colors afterwards. So let's start off with our sketch and then we'll move on to choosing. Okay, so I forgot to put a paper in between these pages. So I don't have Misha kind of smudging all over the place while I'm working. Alongside with, I don't really want any like imprinting of the pencil to the other side of the page. I also have a sticky note pad underneath my sketchbook to kind of help even out my pages so it's not tilting towards like downwards. I'm probably gonna do a pretty typical standard like face on pose first so we can get used to her design alongside with her outfit in general. Oh, and she has bells and then she has an extra accessory in her hair. Yeah, I didn't really take like a super close look at her outfit, but super cute. Do it at a decent size so that we can get her face into here, and then we can kind of get a close-up on her outfit for the most part. I kind of keep it simple. So I tend to do this just because I want to get used to the character design first. I've drawn March a few times in the past. Fairly large eyes. I kind of wish we got a 5-star version of March. But that's okay. I'm sure in the future, when we learn more about her past and stuff, it will change probably her, not her demeanor per se, but like, even more so the importance of her character, if that makes sense. Similar to like how Dan Heng got revealed more of his like identity, gets like more of his actual form. Because her hair is not like drastically different. You can definitely tell like it was just styled differently versus like if Dan Heng is in his IL version, I guess. Definitely way longer. But in terms of like Star Rail, I'm super excited for Firefly. And the new, I forget his name already, the fox character, the pink one. So let me see if we have other angles of her so I can kind of see her hair completely. So if I remember correctly, I think it's like she learned the swords from Is it Yanqing and Yunli? Looks like an upcoming character. But I don't know if like she's learning it more for like a performative arts versus like for fighting. I can kind of make sense of her outfit. The back is like your red, the front has like our pink. More belts. Then obviously her ribbon. I do like that they kept a lot of her similar elements though into her design still for this outfit. I just don't think I'm able to do it justice right here. Probably have to sit up also. Yeah, because I love her skirt. Kind of with this beautiful little open window design for the pink portions of her skirt to kind of show through. It's super cute. Quick eyes. Change your eyebrows. Okay, so I am following a reference. I'll leave the reference into, well, if I remember, I'll put it in the video. If not, I'll put it in the description. Wish I drew it a little smaller so we could fit more of her legs into here. Okay, other arm goes up. Kind of an upturn hand. Okay, so then we have our swords. I did not think about the placement of this. I could have shoved it more towards the other side. So not super thick blades. I'm gonna have to fix that afterwards. Have our belt. And the center portion. So usually when I also do our kind of like line arting phase, I'll be referring to the reference a lot too. Our ribbons. Other belt, we'll just have it whipped kind of outwards. Now I'm gonna try to figure out the shape of her skirt first. So we could have this stick closer to her body and have it whip out this way, which I think I like better. I know this is like a weird problem to have, probably. Maybe it's also just my social anxiety. But maybe in the summer, I'll wear like skirts and dresses or something a little bit more. Like I feel like I would like the longer ones or even like midi skirts. But the reason why I don't really wear them is that I haven't worn them in such a long time, but I feel like they'll look weird. And like everyone I know knows that I don't usually like wearing them all that much. But maybe this summer I will. We'll see. I need to stop being so maybe self-conscious about what I'm wearing. Just wear whatever. Gonna make this swing this way. Yeah, I'll adjust these afterwards, but I'll try to get more movement into this by changing up the hair a little bit more. She has two bells here, right? Then we have the other one here. So it's a bit hard to see my lines here, so that's gonna pose a problem. Especially later. I forgot, yeah, her sleeve is gonna cover a good portion right here. Kind of a belt holding up the socks. Is it called a garter belt? I don't remember. She kind of has like either short shorts under there, and the rest should be fairly simple since we don't have her feet showing, so I don't really have to draw her shoes or anything. Just the belt. But I love this belt. It's so cute. Anything like that they kept with the elements of her like original design, aka like the little flower pattern that they always have her with, that kind of looks like a 4-leaf clover sometimes. Okay, so maximum we can fit 5 onto the spread. Minimum probably 4, because I could add text instead into these, like either of these corners or some kind of patterning. We could do swatches, we could do whatever to kind of fill up the space. I do want to see what I can fill here and at least one of these other spaces, and then we can see if we want to fill something else. I could do like a much smaller march here though. So we go... kind of keep it really simple. Because I don't do a lot of like more action-ish poses, so I actually don't know how to, what is it called? Position, let's say swords and blades and like all that stuff in a very believable manner. So I got this arm raised up. So as long as we have enough information to give myself an idea where to place certain colors, then we should be okay for the most part. Other than that, I will probably just struggle with placing like lines in general because I keep doing stuff like this, which I'm like telling myself, oh, you're gonna interpret it later, because I don't want to deal with it right now. See, even when it's tiny, it's so cute. I'll keep this one also very simple since we don't have that much room here. She might look a little wonky. Like this. Let's get her hair. Don't know if you guys can hear it. It sounds like a plane or something. feel like it's making the whole house rumble. Put the ribbon behind. I don't know if she has gloves on both sides. Because I know March either has a glove on one hand or the other. Depending. And like certain fingers were fingerless for her glove. So I don't want to botch this up too much. Okay, we'll just stick with this, I guess. Something a little bit more... I don't think it really fits the aesthetic of this. That's okay. I'll go really small. Should have moved it a little lower actually. Maybe I'll just cross these. Fonts aren't like my strong suit. I also did not like my so I took a logo type and I think, is it fonts? I forget what it was specifically because you needed to take more than one like design course at the time. And it was awkward because I was like, I think 1 out of 2 fourth years in a second year course. And all these kids were like design students. Like a lot of them were VCD students for the most part. But logo type and like anything to do with just designing letter fonts, like anything of that was definitely not my strong suit. It didn't help that I had to miss like a whole section because I had to go to China at the time. And when I came back, I missed the entire like first 3 demos of learning how to do a lot of the techniques of using InDesign, I believe. Okay, so here's a little bit of a close-up, a slightly better angle for you guys to see where the sketch is at this point. Then we'll do a quick overview of everything. So you can kind of see my lines are messy, especially today. Okay, so this is kind of what the spread looks like overall. It's not my favorite just because I think it's literally just this one that I wish I shifted over slightly. We might play around maybe with the fabric or something to fill up the space a little bit more, or I'll just drag her arm down so that it's a little bit less like this. So let's go ahead and grab some water-based markers. So most of you guys know, I usually like using the Magicfly markers the most just because there's 100 of them. They're also dual tipped, so we can use the brush tips to block in our colors and the fine liners to do our outlines if we wish to. Okay, last thing I'm gonna grab is obviously this notebook or sketchbook, which has my swatches, so we have a good idea of what we want to use. So like I said, March has a lot of pink, a little bit of blue in her outfit for this one, but a lot more black and red. So we could go with 4 colors. Let's see actually, what do we want to use today? I would love to use a vibrant red, so I'm leaning towards this one probably. It's a little bit on the cooler side compared to these ones. Let's go to the 4th one. So let's pick this one. It's almost a little bit more pinkier as well. Should probably be closer to this one. We can also use this for shadows for the skin tone as well, which I believe is this. We're gonna have to double check the colors. Let's take a quick look. So this is kind of the color palette I'm working with, and this reminds me of something, and I can't put my finger on it. But let's do a quick swatch of our colors. Oh, sometimes I do like overlapping too, if I really need to. I think that was probably for a Reimu spread. So we have our blue, a very cute pink next to it. I actually like this color combo. Very carrot coated. We have our red. And kind of like a brownish color. I don't mind it. It stands out enough from the rest, so I think, yeah, let's go with these colors. I'm not choosing a yellow for any of the gold parts, which would have been nice, but I think it's okay not to include any since we already have too many colors here. So to start off, I usually like doing anything that has to do with skin tone, and luckily this one will be working for her hair as well. And has a good chunk of different places that I can place this, so I think we'll start off with this. I'll maybe add some petals here and there too. So we're just kind of quickly blocking these in. I'm not going to be too particular about being super neat as long as I can fill in areas. So this is white, this is kind of grayish or brown. Then we have our red, and then we have our pink, which is our ribbons here. Now, I don't mind filling in areas like this like completely, but there are some areas that you might want to indicate either clothing folds or a little bit of rim lighting to kind of give it a little bit more depth so it doesn't look too flat. As long as I don't go over my lines too much, I can actually see a good amount of where my lines will be later, so I won't be too lost. Ah, I love this mess. What the heck? So I'm assuming this is all pink. Now, I don't have a knack for, obviously, any kind of calligraphy, even though I did a little bit of calligraphy, hand lettering type stuff in high school. I think I forgot everything. I'm pretty sure this is the color of blue that I did for the first March 7th spread I did in my previous sketchbook. So I'm doing blue for her bells as well. She's a little bit for her. I don't know what you call it, like a ribbon earring? I'll have to kind of make her face a little shorter here. Guess her socks are white, so let's go ahead and add some kind of shadow and give an indication of where the knee is as well. Add a little bit of a border around all of this. Fill this in. I do want this to be slightly open. I know there's gold patterning, but I honestly did not plan for it. So here's a lot of our intense reds. We also have reds kind of on her whatever clasps her shirt together at the top. Oops. The red looks really intense on camera, so hopefully you guys don't think that it looks too off, per se. Just kind of puffs up. I missed a whole bunch of pink on this side of her arm. She does have a Trailblazer ticket pass thing, but I didn't have enough room to actually like properly include it. adding a little bit of color where the gold would be on here. Because I don't want it to blend in all as one color for everything. So maybe I will just add the pink for the gold portions. I think we are good to go in terms of adding our line work. And if it isn't, I will have to just wing it at this point. So I am deciding to go with the brown for this instead of using the black, just because it will give me a little bit more versatility using this kind of fine liner, which is more like a felt tip, versus using something like a needlepoint where I will not get any variation on like value or just being able to build up that darkness. But with the water-based one, I kind of am able to do that a little bit if I let things dry so that I don't rip through the paper. The sketches at this point, if you can consider these sketches, because I know some people have different definition of what they consider sketches. But this is much darker. Initially, like, if I didn't really care, and I could have done this anyways, because maybe value would have been more important and like color relevancy, I could have chose like a dark purple in place of the brown if I really wanted to. It'll give it a slightly more softer appearance. And I think purple would work with the chosen colors here, because I think purple would look nice with the pink, it'll look nice with the blue, and I don't think it will look too bad with the red either. So I'm going to take my time doing this. So if I put this in the time lapse, then I will. If I don't, then hopefully you're going to bear with a lot of silence. So as usual, I will still pick some corners and stuff to darken. Because I can only kind of assume that I talk less when I do line work. Because I low-key feel like sometimes I'm holding my breath. Really cute hair. I could have added the blue into there too. I think it would have worked a little bit better. And any for the shading, we can either do like hatching, or I can just like scrub back and forth to get the desired look that I want. So for any of the lighter areas, I will definitely do more like a hatching, like this. But any darker areas, we can definitely just scrub back and forth to get like an intense color like this if I really wanted to. But I do have to be careful of not overworking it, otherwise I might tear and create a little bit of a hole into our paper. I might do this. We'll come back. Now, I really haven't done this before, but I technically could use the red and or the blue maybe to help with some of the line work here as well if I really wanted to, because there is some like outlines and patterning that might work a little bit better with a softer color. But sometimes if you darken stuff up or use a dark enough color, it kind of pulls the attention away from the initial coloring anyways. But I definitely think some of the other sessions that I've done like in the past were probably a little bit on the neater side compared to what I'm doing right now. So what I'm gonna do is darken up right at the bottom and then we'll just hatch our way back up. Yeah, for these areas, I'm just gonna block in normally. I don't need to fill these in via lines. But I think it helped with at least the first portion here, because there is more of like a fade. And then that way we can kind of add more depth if we wanted to. Oh. Okay, so let's continue and do the tiny march right here. Kind of left my fine liner uncapped, but luckily didn't dry out or anything, so we're okay. I realized I never really gave her a face shave, so I just winged it right now. Yeah, not cute. I feel like lately I've been listening to like the same 3 songs over and over again. Not that I don't really want to listen to them, I feel like I have nothing to listen to, which is like not true. I didn't really add any indication of other texture into the hair. Sometimes I do this, not every time, but it does definitely help a little bit. For some reason I was like in my carrot feels the last 2 days. All I was listening to was Circle and Smile Flower. And I can kind of tell what kind of mood I was in. Can darken this up. I'm just gonna darken this up entirely. I'm not gonna care about the patterning just because this is on such a small, tiny scale. Maybe next time, we'll see. Because I might just do some graphite sessions because I just want to sketch freely instead of doing something like this all the time. But I want to look up some color palettes that I haven't really done before because I think that would be nice to do. And tackle using some of the colors that I own that I've never used really together with some other colors or never used even like at all. Let's add a small border. You can kind of see what I mean though, but it kind of smudged here if I go over it. Not really needed, but it's fine. So a little bit of a close-up at a better angle. of our little messy marker spread for this session. Next time maybe I'll pick a character that I'm a little bit more comfortable with so we can get more creative with the actual like composition of everything. Part of me just thinks I need to draw her more too, but here's kind of a little merch spread for today's little session. So like other ones that I've done that you guys have seen, like I rarely do stuff like this where it's like a lot more darker. I feel like I lean it towards more of a softer color palette, if anything. So we'll see what colors I can choose from. I've been always looking to see if I could get a different set of markers to accompany the ones that I currently have. And I've been still trying to look for more pastel-ish colors that are not too faint, but they're also like, you know, still pastel, if that makes sense. Because I have an Ohuhu brand one and they like barely show up. Like they're very, very subtle, which I really like if you're doing something that like needs that softer color range, if anything, but it's like super, super light. I would like something that's more towards like this pink or this blue, but like in a variety of different colors. But I think that's it for today's session. Hopefully you guys didn't mind this kind of messy spread for today's session, and hopefully I will finish this sketchbook in particular before the end of this month, which might be a little bit more difficult than I think because I'm still doing a lot of merch prep at the moment. Yeah, but hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video and I'll talk to you guys next time. But you can kind of see the imprinting on here a little bit, ever so slightly. Yeah, but I'll talk to you guys next time in the next video.